Listen closely, because this isn't just about men. This is about time, about the silent thief that creeps into every man's life, whispering regrets into his ear right when he thinks he's finally made it. I'm 78 years old. I've seen enough sunrises and sunsets to know one truth. The biggest pains aren't the failures you expect. They're the ones you never even saw coming until it was too late. And for many men, that realization hits hard, right around 50. Not with a bang, but with a quiet, persistent ache in the soul. What if I told you that you're probably making at least one of these mistakes right now? Mistakes that by 50 will leave you looking back with a pang you can't ignore. This isn't about scare tactics. It's a warning, yes, but more importantly, it's an invitation to shift your course. I'm going to share the 7 most common, heartbreaking regrets I've witnessed men carry into their 50s. These aren't the obvious ones, like, I wish I'd worked harder. No, these are deeper, more insidious, and understanding them now can fundamentally alter the landscape of your future. Let's begin. Regret 1. The myth of later. I knew a man, let's call him Thomas. Thomas always said, I'll travel when I retire. I'll spend more time with the kids when they're older. I'll start that hobby later. Later never came the way he imagined. By 50, his kids were grown, their own lives bustling. His body wasn't as keen for adventure. The metaphor? Later is a phantom limb. You feel its presence, but it's no longer there to grasp. The pain isn't missing out. It's realizing the opportunity window silently closed while you were busy planning. Why do we fall for this trap? Especially when it comes to our health and relationships? It's connected to regret number 3. Regret 2. Sacrificing health for wealth. The unseen invoice. My friend Michael was a workhorse. I'll rest when I'm rich, he'd quip. By 50, he had the big house, the fancy car, and 2 heart stents, chronic back pain, and anxiety that wouldn't quit. He paid for his success, but the invoice arrived in the form of his health. The metaphor here is simple. You can always make more money, but you can't buy back a healthy body. The cruelest irony, he needed that money for medical bills. This ties directly into how we define our own value, leading us to regret number 4, which is a surprisingly common misstep. Regret 3. Neglecting friendships, the silent disappearance. Friendships for men often get treated like old furniture, always there, taken for granted. In our 20s and 30s, work and family dominate. You stop calling, stop making effort. By 50, many men find their bros have drifted into distant memories. The metaphor is a garden untended. Weeds grow, and the vibrant flowers fade. What replaces that camaraderie? Often a profound loneliness. We chased career, but sometimes lost our village. It's not just about who you lost, but who you became in the process. Which brings us to a deep, personal regret many men refuse to admit. Regret 4. Not living authentically, the mask we wore. How many men live lives dictated by shoulds rather than wants? They pursue careers their parents wanted, maintain an image for their peers, or suppress their true passions to fit in. By 50, the mask has fused to the face. The pain is not knowing who you truly are anymore, or worse, having ignored him for decades. The metaphor? A beautiful song, never sung. A painting, never painted. The regret is the quiet death of your true self, sacrificed on the altar of expectation. And this leads directly to a regret about what we didn't say, especially to those who mattered most. Regret 5, the unspoken love, the words left unsaid. We're taught to be strong, to provide, but sometimes that strength becomes a barrier to vulnerability. I love you becomes I bought you something. I appreciate you becomes I worked hard for this family. Many men reach 50, or far later, realizing they never truly articulated their deepest feelings to their partners, children, or even parents. The metaphor is a wellspring of emotion, capped and never allowed to flow. The regret isn't that they didn't feel love, but that they failed to express it in ways that truly landed. And speaking of expression, there's a massive regret tied to our mental freedom that most men ignore until it's too late. It's regret number 6. Regret 6. Holding on to grudges, the weight of resentment. A grudge is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. Many men, burdened by past hurts, perceived slights, or deep family feuds, carry that resentment for decades. By 50, this emotional baggage becomes incredibly heavy. The metaphor? It's not a weapon against your enemy. It's a cage you built for yourself. The regret is the lost peace, the years of unnecessary bitterness, when forgiveness, even if just for yourself, could have set you free. That quiet rage often destroys the one holding it. But if you think these are heavy, wait until you hear the last one. The most profound, most devastating regret that almost all men experience by 50. It's the invisible brick wall we all hit. Regret 7, not living with purpose, the unanswered question. Beyond career, family, health, and friends lies a deeper yearning. Purpose. Many men achieve external success only to find an internal void. They worked hard, they provided, but they never truly asked themselves, why? What is my unique contribution? What truly sets my soul on fire? The regret by 50 isn't just about what you didn't do, but what you didn't even explore. The metaphor? A ship sailing without a destination, aimlessly crossing oceans, only to realize at journey's end it never truly lived its voyage. Ship sailing without a destination, aimlessly crossing oceans, only to realize at journey's end it never truly lived its voyage. The pain is waking up to realize you built a mansion, but it feels empty inside because it lacks soul, lacks your unique purpose. The solution isn't to suddenly find one grand purpose overnight. It's about starting the search. It's about quiet reflection, asking uncomfortable questions, and being brave enough to listen to the answers. It's about shifting from doing to being, and finding the meaning that gives all your doings context. These regrets aren't meant to paralyze you. They're meant to mobilize you. I've seen men transform their lives at 50, 60, even 70, simply by acknowledging these truths. It's never too late to plant new seeds, to mend fences, to whisper those unspoken words, or to start seeking that profound purpose. So here's my challenge to you. Don't wait for later. Pick just one of these regrets that resonated most deeply with you. What small step can you take today to begin to mend it? Is it a phone call? A quiet moment of reflection? A commitment to your health? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Which regret hit closest to home for you? And what's the first small change you're considering? Your wisdom can inspire others. And if this message resonated, please give it a like and subscribe to this channel. My greatest hope is that by sharing these hard-won lessons, you can build a future free from the silent burden of regret. Your future self will thank you.